welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is my channel called Erica's Diary, where I'm just going to be obviously sitting in my room telling you about my thoughts, my experiences, my testimonies, my healing journey, in hopes that something that I say or that I've experienced can resonate with you as well. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you will not miss a video. I drop new videos every Wednesday. So you guys, I wanted to make this very quick video to let you guys know about what God did for me this week. And I'm going to try not to boo-hoo cry, because I have been doing that literally for the past 3 days. So if you guys remember, or if you've seen my video called God, Why Me, where I explained to you that my last relationship that I had, it ended because he went to prison. And in the video, I did explain that I did everything that I could to help him. So more specifically, one of the things that I did was help pay for his legal fees, which were very, very, very expensive. And at the time, just to give you the time frame, this was 5 years ago. So 2016, obviously I've never been through anything like this before. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do everything that I know how to do to help him, right? Now, he never asked me to do that. His family never asked me to do that. I literally just did it out of pure love and, goodness. Like, I just really wanted to help. And actually, I gave everything that was in my savings account at the time. It was a very significant amount. It was money that I had been saving up since I was like in my senior year in high school, like when I first even had an account. And, obviously through those years, I saved up from just working and being able to live at home with my parents. So it was a pretty hefty amount, and gave it all up. And at the time, I think it was so much emotion, so much confusion, so much desperation to get him out or help him in some kind of way. And it actually didn't help him at all. 5 years later, he's still there. But at the time, you don't know what you don't know. And I just feel like the people that were, the professionals that were in the position to help him just were crooked. And I realized, a couple of years after that I felt like, even though it was my choice to give this up or sacrifice this, I felt like it was still in a way taken from me and misused because of those certain people that they knew they weren't going to help him. So a couple of years later, I remember being so frustrated with God, and I was just like, God, if you put me in a position to be able to help somebody, like, God knows what kind of person I am, what kind of heart I have. Like, I can't imagine having the resources to help somebody that I love, a friend, a family member, and just not help them and just sit on everything that I have, knowing that I could help this person in some kind of way. So I was like, God, if you put me in this position, why now I feel like it was just taken from me, and like now I can't get it back. Like, how am I going to get this back? Like, just being so frustrated and mad and feeling like, kind of stupid, because I was like, I really thought that this was going to help, and it didn't. So I remember hearing so clearly in prayer, and God said to me, how can I show you restoration if you've never lost it? And from then on, I shut up about it. God was like, period, basically. And from then on, I never asked about it. I never complained about it. Now, to be honest, it was always in the back of my mind. But when I think about it, through those 5 years of me not having that money, I never suffered for it. God still kept me. God still blessed me with jobs. God still, not only did he bless me with jobs, but he blessed me with good jobs that I would get promoted at, and I would get bonuses, and I would just, have favor in that area. So I never really needed it or suffered for it, but that wasn't the point. It was like something that I gave up and sacrificed, and then felt like I needed to be restored from it, but didn't know how that was going to happen. And then to the point where I just let it go. So recently, I just took a vacation, you guys. It was really, really fun. And when I was on this vacation, I was like, you know what? I'm turning my phone off. It's on Do Not Disturb. It's going to be on airplane mode. The only thing I'm going to do is post a little bit to Instagram, and I'm getting back off my phone. So I remember before I could even get on my plane, because I really wanted to just have like a serene vacation where I'm not dealing with anything back at home. And I remember getting a phone call, and I'm like, you know, who is this? Like, what does this person want? Because they were calling me and calling me, and I'm like, okay, what happened? What is it? And they were like, nothing happened, just please call me. And I didn't. I went on vacation. I was like, everything gonna have to wait till I get back. Like, you know, just the least concerned about anything. I was just like trying to get some rest and relaxation. So when I get back, the person is still trying to get in contact with me. And so I eventually ended up calling them, and they were like, hey, I've literally been trying to get in contact with you because I have something to give you. And I was like, okay, what is it? And they're like, I have a check for you. And I'm like, a check? I'm like, wait, what? And I'm still confused. I'm like, what is this about? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now. So I ended up meeting up with this person, and they ended up writing me a check for the exact amount that I gave up 5 years ago. And you guys, when I got it, it was like I was still in shock. Like, I still didn't believe it. Like, I was still like, it was almost like one of those outer body experiences, because y'all, I'm not talking about a little bit of money. I'm not talking about $200, $300. I'm talking about several of thousands. Okay. So I was like, just so like in shock. And I was just like, why? You know, almost in a position of, what did I do to deserve this from you? And this person was obedient to what God was telling them to do for me. This person didn't have to do that. And if they wanted to give me something, they could have just gave me 1%, half of it. They gave me the exact amount. And I was just so floored. And it just made me realize that, like, when God wants to restore something to you, whatever it is, He's going to do it, and you don't have to know the details. God knows how He made me, and I am a very detail-oriented person. I need to know the details, where we going, what time, what car we driving, how much money we need for gas, how long it's going to take us to get there, what time do we need to leave. I need to know the details of everything, and that's not how God works. So we be, you know, head for head sometimes. But God put this person in my life when He did, for this purpose as well. And like I said, if this person had not been obedient to God, I would not have the blessing. He will use somebody to get that blessing to you. And that's exactly what He did in this situation. So, still not believing what I had in my hand, right? I go to the bank the very next morning, as soon as they open up. And personally, you guys, my bank, I've had horrible experiences with them. Like, I don't even know why I still bank with them. I have been threatening, like, that's why I'm moving every dime I have to another bank, because y'all be tripping. Like, but still haven't done it because I don't feel like doing all that. But I've always had just issues with them, and, you know, putting holds on my deposits, and like doing all this stuff. So my bank usually, what I know of them is, if it's over like 5,000, they will put a hold on it. So I was expecting that already. I was like dressed up. I had put my black slacks on. I had put a button down shirt on. I had threw my wig on, because y'all, my hair is not letting me prosper this week. That's another miracle I need God to work on. But you know, when you get mad at your hair, that's a different type of mad. But anyway, back to the story. I, you know, threw my wig on. I was ready. I basically had on my "let me speak to your manager" outfit on just in case. I was ready for whatever. So I get there, I go. It had been so long since I've been inside of a bank, so I'm over here looking for deposit slips to fill out, and they don't even have those anymore. So I go straight to the bank teller. He was so nice. This is how you know that it was God. When God blesses you, it's gonna be so easy, so smooth, to where you don't even where you have no issue, and it's gonna be like too good to be true type of thing. So I go up to the teller. He was like, "Okay, ma'am, well, I signed the check, the back of the check, and I told him what account I wanted to put it in. He was like, "Okay, well, we're actually not gonna hold any of this money. You'll have all of it in the morning." Y'all, when I tell you, I could not even contain my tears behind my mask. I started crying behind my mask before I even got to my car. Once I get to my car, I'm literally crying so hard, like one of those cries you can't catch your breath, like you just one of those. Was crying like that. And I'm just sitting in the car, and I end up calling my mom. My mom's out of town, but she knew that I was going up to the bank, and she know what kind of issues I've had with them. So she was like, "Okay, call me if you have any issues, whatever." So I call her, and I can't catch my breath. She answers. I'm like, she's like, "Girl, what happened? Call your daddy. I'm not there. What happened?" And I was like, "Nothing. I gave them the check, and they didn't even hold the money." Like, I was crying in pure joy. I was so happy. Even though I had the ugliest cry, I was so grateful. I was overjoyed. I was overwhelmed with the goodness of God. I know it was God. Can't nobody tell me that it wasn't. God used someone to bless me in that way, and they did. Like I said, they didn't have to listen to what they felt prompted to do, but they did. And I will forever be grateful to them. And I like I said, it was totally unexpected. And it brings me to the point, like, when God wants you to have something, it's literally going to chase you down. Like, there's this worship song that I love by Israel Houghton, and it's called "Goodness of God." And in the song, he says, "Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is chasing after me." And that's literally what was happening. Because like I said, I was on vacation. I was the least concerned. I had my Mai Tai. I was on the beach. I didn't care about who's calling me, who's trying to talk to me, who's trying to get me. The whole time. So this person was like, "I have never in my life had to chase nobody down to give them some money." So that's how you know it was just, that's so unexpected for me. And I still get overwhelmed with emotion when I really, really think about it, because God literally restored me. And it's so funny because weeks before, I was talking to one of my friends about, next year's goal. Next year, I will be reaching a milestone age, 35. And I feel like I wanted to have, some goals that I wanted to start on now, so that when I'm 35, boom, that goal has been hit, right? So I always split my goals up into like fitness goals, financial goals, spiritual goals, career goals, and so specifically with financial, I had already wrote out a financial plan of how much I wanted to save and how much I wanted to have saved by 35. Y'all, I have double now. I already have double saved of what the goal was for 35 now because of that restoration. When God says He's going to restore you double portion, He's not lying. He's going to restore you double portion. Listen to me. Sometimes I waited 5 years. And like I said, not expecting it, but it's so easy for us to pray about something, believe for something, and you praying for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and boom, your prayers answered. Boom, you get that job. Boom, you get that relationship. Boom, you get that promotion. It's real easy. But can you still believe when you waiting year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and you're waiting all of these years and you're not seeing anything change? You're not seeing how it could ever happen. Things are actually getting worse. That's when you know it's going to be big. So I think also a lesson that this taught for me too is like, God knows what he's doing. Okay. He knows what he's doing. But I think part of the reason why I stopped praying for it is because I had unbelief that it was going to come back, because I had been waiting so long for God to like answer the prayer. Because I felt like, God, they did me wrong. They misused this. They mistreated this. They was crooked. Like, and you're not doing nothing about it. And that wasn't true. So I just realized that instead of going to God and kind of like asking for a little bit, because you don't know if, you know, you sometimes we feel like we don't deserve the bigger ask. And this really taught me, like, go boldly to him, ask bigger to him, and he's going to give it to you if it's in his will for your life. And guess what? If he doesn't give it to you, and it means that it's not in his will for you, but it means that it will be so much bigger and better what he has for you. So like I said, I've already reached my goal. I literally just wrote down like a month ago. It's doubled. Like, what? So, I mean, I'm still going to do, you know, that goal I had written down. It's just going to be, I already got doubled in there. So it's like, God is so good. Like, I've always said that, even when I never saw anything change, you know, but I'm just so happy and I'm just so overjoyed. So I hope that something that I said resonates with you, or kind of gives you hope of whatever that you had to give up, sacrifice, lost, suffered without, that there's something better and God will do it. And you won't know how, you don't know where it's going to come from, but it's going to come and knock you to your knees. Because that's exactly what it did to me. I was sitting in the car crying with my mask on. Like, God was not playing. When he wants you to have something, you're going to have it. So I made it without, you know, doing the ugly cry. Yay! So you guys, I'm just too blessed to be stressed, okay? And you are too. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I drop a new video every Wednesday. So I will see you guys right here next week. Bye, you guys.